Yes, sir. Yeah, dig. 34TY. If you know me, you might call me Salik. Getting straight into it, this is the book that we're reading today. Well, this week, this month, that's January. Starting off with The Superior Man. Just for my fellas out there, bro, you are more than a paycheck. So what I mean by that right now is I'm focusing on myself. No females right now. You feel me, right? For the most part, I should say. I'm just really just focusing in and locking in on the shit I got going on. And I'm starting over. And what I mean by that is I'm gonna start over to a point where it's just like people like, hey, y'all might be starting. Like I'm talking about in life, period. So it's like, okay, I'm redoing everything as far as credit, everything. I'm literally just, I'm think for my niggas out here just that do the profiles, think of blank profile, we building it up, bro. Now, let's go straight into the gems and the life hacks, because I'm tired of the whole generic answers and shit like that. You're starting with $0. I'm talking about zero, nothing. Some people might just have a phone, right? Or lack thereof. You might just have a prepaid phone, bro. Like, whatever. I would go on Craigslist. Then I would also go on Facebook Marketplace. I would keep those two tabs open, right? Because I'm gonna go on Craigslist and I'm gonna go on the free tab, get the items that people are just giving away, and anything that's worth selling that I can sell, I can pick it up and then actually inspect it, have it in my possession, make sure that's a key tool, like a key like step in this, and then also relist it on Craigslist for a price as well as Facebook Marketplace for a price. Now, if you got old clothes laying around, something like that, stuff you don't wear, people, things you just grow out of, shoes, whatever the case may be, your dad, your mom, your cousin, whatever the case may be. I'm a typical people when they down bad, you got to stay with somebody, you have a roommate or whatever. But I know for a fact if your bills are nothing, because at that point it's just poverty. But if you're just broke, it means your bills are minimal. So that means that $40, $50 seem like, okay, we doing something. So like you can get like $40, $50 off of selling your things from Plato's Closet. After that, get a few dollars, what the case may be. What I would do, what's an option, no pun intended, you can put it on a stock play. That's a gamble, that's a risk, but I will also research that and also start sharpening my skills, because YouTube University is definitely free. Now, start looking at those six-figure skills, start sharpening your skills. With this doing in the meantime, right? I know you want to focus on the bigger play, because that $40, $50 ain't really gonna do much. I know for my niggas in the streets, they be like, oh yeah, that $40, $50, it's like that's a 3-5 or that's a 7. If I could go ahead and flip that to like a thing and get a whole thing into a half the plate, into a full plate, I get it. If you don't want to go that route, as far as risk, and everything in life is a risk, and that's fast money, that's a quick way, but there's other ways out here to get fast money. That's why the internet is key, right? Now, you could make a Shopify store and try to do something with the Facebook ads, or whatever the case may be, but like I said, you have to hone in on your skills. So I would also be taking this time to be honing in on my skill set as far as on YouTube or the library or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of resources out there. Just keep picking people's brain. So even if you're just not seeing this, look at other people. Implement. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. I promise you, it's very simple. I'm telling you, I'm starting over from scratch. Now, as far as on this side as well, to do it quickly, to scale quicker, I'm doing all these things besides like I want to say grabbing the free items, because I'm not, that down bad, thank God. But I'm just saying, like, my profile. So my people that's keen to the profiles and then doing SSNs and CPNs and stuff like that. So think of a blank profile, and I'm about to do that from scratch. I'm talking about cleaning everything off, getting all these inquiries off. Anything that's a derogatory remark or report on my credit profile, I'm about to swipe that off, and now we're about to go into those primary accounts and those AUs. That's going to be the quickest way for me to build wealth, and anyone to build the wealth. That's what they call the American dream, because leverage is what everyone needs in anything. I mean, from conversation to a business transaction to even building business with a bank. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to try to build up that relationship to gain more leverage. Now, that's the quickest way to get that to scale to that 6-7 figure earnings, right? And beyond, because we're gonna get, eventually the goal is to get to the business credit and operate and get that money to make money, because that's the goal. But for those people that's not necessarily trying to do the credit route, whatever the case may be, you over here, you're just like, okay, this $40, $50 just came from Plato's Closet. Another option, right? Besides the stock play, because you still gotta hone in your skills, you still gotta go ahead and keep researching that. The quickest thing I feel like, as far as you attaining a skill and making the type of money that you really want to make, them thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, to go ahead and, okay, let me bust a move, let me just start paying these bills, let me go ahead and have my life turn around within 30 to 45 days. Wholesale a property, okay? That is the best advice I can give to anybody. Wholesale a property. Now, wholesaling, you need no licensing, you need no type of certifications or any type of prerequisites as far as for wholesaling a property. So, and I would say sharpen up on that skill, and it's not going to take you long because it's really simple. It's not going to take you long to understand these concepts. Now, as far as like getting tutelage and as far as having some type of mentor and mentorships, I had mentees and I had those mentorships going. I don't know if I might do it again, but a lot of people also are ungrateful when they get into this type of like money, or like they feel like they don't have that go-getter inside of them, and they blame you for what they're not willing to do. And honestly, I don't need to do it. But at the same time, it's like I could, but I don't know. I'm praying it. But the thing is, yeah, wholesaling a property is definitely the way to go. And this is how the step-by-step, the basic steps as far as getting into it. Definitely YouTube it, research it, Google it, read books on it. I mean, the information is out there. Get a PropStream account. When you register your account, you have 7 days free before you have to necessarily pay that $100 a month. Now, within those 7 days, I'm going to take a notebook or a paper or a pad or my phone or the case. I'm going to be running down all the properties I click on as far as that. And I'm going to be skip searching all the properties I feel like is a good property as far as that's worth me calling. I'm going to go on truepeoplesearch.com. I'm going to skip trace it that way. Write down the person's address, their name, as well as their phone number. From that point on, I'm going to go ahead and start calling. I'm going to call it and then start sending out contracts as far as for buying it cash, giving cash offers, buying their house cash, and then assigning it to an end buyer for $5,000 to $10,000. At that point, you go ahead and you find a closing attorney, and then you just wait for closing. But of course, you got to market that property to find end buyers. You have to go ahead and put it on Craigslist, Facebook. Have to go ahead and start, researching, find different groups online and to join. There's different ways to research and to get this going. That within itself can take you 0 to 100 really fast. And I've done it before. Currently, continually about to do it again because I said this is a new year. I went through different things as far as relationships, transitions, even to like where I'm at is now. I was living in Dunwoody. Now I'm here in Buckhead area, where the case may be, because within this past literally 365 days, there's been a whole like shift. I've been here for a year now, and I'm, in this place, in this area. Now I want to turn this into like maybe like a sublease or a rental unit, and then go on to have my actual rental portfolio as far as in house hacking and having duplexes, triplexes. Now, here's another thing I just want to touch really quickly before I get up out of it, because these segments is going to be short. And I don't like talking people's heads off, because I feel like a lot of people just like to talk. So until this channel gets bigger, I feel like this is just enough right now for y'all to get to know me. You can buy a business, and I know you're like, oh damn, I don't have no money, I can buy a business. Okay, relax. What you can do is called seller financing. Now, as far as seller financing, they do sometimes expect to have some type of money up front as far as a down payment, and then you pay them over a certain amount, a portion or stipend every month over time. But in certain cases, if you do have, like I said, build a relationship, right? Go ahead and build a rapport with people. Go ahead and start making those communications and those emails. Go ahead and have that FaceTime with people. Do good gestures. And not just because you're looking for something good in return. Because let me tell y'all something, no good deed goes unpunished. Please expect to have some bullshit happen to you when you do something good for someone or something, or even for yourself. You have to do that genuinely from your heart. Now, if that's not in you, don't do all those things. But I'm saying, literally, you still find some way to build some type of rapport, ingenuity, somehow that's catered from you. Because those things go a long way. You're only going to do business with people that you like, I promise you that. So, as far as that, you could buy a company, a laundromat, a storage facility, whatever the case may be, it's already profiting. Ask for profit loss statements, see what the net gross is per month, even yearly, and see what you can go ahead and put down if you are able to put down. And if not, you can agree to a number and say you would pay him out of those net proceeds, and a portion goes back to you after all the bills is covered. So that way it's like he's getting a dividend until he's bought out, in a sense. Kind of like when companies have mergers. They buy the company from someone, or the main person, the main CEO. And I don't necessarily want to always say CEO, because the CEO is not necessarily the person that owns the company, but the person whose name is on the actual LLC or S corp, whatever the case may be, right? The shareholder, whatever the case, whoever they want to call themselves. When you're able to do these things, when they have these mergers and they get bought out, sometimes when they bought out and you wonder why they're still working there, because at that point they become an employee, so to speak. And I'm saying this is somewhat loosely relative to that kind of ordeal or situation, because in that situation where you have that seller financing, you're somewhat an employee until you become the owner. If that makes sense. Hopefully that's a great analogy. But you'll eventually become the owner after just determining the terms and the conditions that you have laid out over the period of time. And that's all up to you. But these are just things that people just don't know. And I wish someone would have told me this in college, honestly. But at the same time, everything happens for a reason, man. And you have to learn to then unlearn to then relearn. And then after you do those things, you have to go ahead and implement your own strategies to be, great. But yeah, man, I'm out of this thing. Next time I'm gonna holler at y'all about something else. See, let y'all know how far I got in this book. Literally have not started it yet, so I will keep y'all updated on that. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay. Feel me?